the sort in which the heat accumulated, making June seem like August. The asphalt was already hot in the parking lot. It made him hip-hop his way to the dumpster with his offering. He noticed a flashy red sports car that he hadn't seen at the marina before. On the way back, he saw a dark shape in the driver's seat. Regaining the cooler wood of the dock, he looked back to confirm it. It was a Ferrari. The windows were up tight. Someone was inside. He scurried to the driver's side, where shadow kept the pavement cool, and peered in. The woman was sleeping, head back, mouth open, rivulets of sweat running into her dark hair like a face emerging from a pool. He tapped on the glass, and she started, hugged herself protectively, worked at getting her bearings. "You better roll the windows down, miss. You're going to bake in there." Shoulders slumping, suddenly aware of the stifling heat, she seemed to realize he wasn't a threat. When she opened the door, the superheated air hit him in a wave. She half rolled out of the low seat, steadied herself with a hand on the door as she stood. Where? The rich tone of her skin went sallow before his eyes as her knees buckled. Charlie caught her by one limp and sweat-slippery arm. He got her under the armpits, then awkwardly up across his chest, her neck stretched so far back it seemed broken. For a second, he stood there wondering what to do, then got the idea to fight heat with cold. Carried her to the wooden hut where the marina showers were. Hesitated a moment on the silly consideration of whether to go into the one marked buoys or the one marked gulls. Hearing no noise from either, he walked into the men's shower, spun the cold water knob, and stood there as it ran over both of them. She came to, sputtering and flailing at the water, eyes closed. He put her down on the step outside. He pushed her head toward her knees and held it there until enough blood got to her brain that he could feel some strength fighting back. When he let her up, she looked at him uncomprehending, head swiveling around as she struggled to focus on something familiar. He spoke softly. "You're okay, miss. Everything's all right. You were asleep in your car and it got very hot. When I woke you, you got out and fainted. I ran the shower on you to cool you down, bring you around." He kept on like that until she began to compose herself, issued a few ohs and ahs to indicate she was remembering how she got there. Finally, she looked down at herself. Her white duck trousers and salmon-colored blouse clung to her and made it rather obvious that she'd made a hasty job of dressing. Either that or she didn't believe in underwear. She did a thing with her elbows and knees, covering up. Charlie noticed a green beach towel hanging on the rail behind her. It occurred to him to drape it around her, but that impulse was easily checked on the rationalization that one could be chivalrous to a fault. While the woman's body language was circling the wagons around her ample endowments, her head was unbowed and unabashed, as it took in the surroundings. "Did you have to try to drown me?" Right about then he realized that she was one of those women who take the breath away, even soaking like a wharf rat. Her teeth were as white and even as chiclets. The blue eyes had those fancy radial lines in the irises, these set in angular cheekbones that changed the look from Sears catalog to haute couture. He realized she had the kind of looks guys like him saw in movies, then didn't bother to dream about. They were so far out of reach. "If I'd wanted to drown you, I could have tossed you in the harbor." "A cool rag would have been sufficient, I think." "Look, lady, nobody said to wake you up before your brains baked, or catch you before you broke your face on the asphalt either. But that's what I did, and the water seemed like a good idea at the time." He reached over and grabbed the towel, tossed it at her. She caught it, surprised. He turned and started down the dock, thinking this was a good example of why he'd never strained himself chasing face-heavy women. They got so much attention they became spoiled. People put up with their being peckish, so they forgot their manners.